All right, here's my second one. I wanted, I could have done these two together, but I think I want to just do them separately. So, YouTubers, me versus the YouTubers. Now, there are grifters, and I think we all might grift something, but I get tired. There are a lot of reactionaries, a lot of people who react to things. The most popular ones are the right wingers. You got Geeks and Gamers, you got Nerdrotic, you got Josiah Rises, you got Young Ripa, you have a lot of, and it used to be that a lot of people on the right, after The Last Jedi came out, all these YouTubers on the right that wanted their original Star Wars, they banded together. But then somewhere it kind of fell apart. Jessie Milestone, because she crashed in on Gary Nerdrotic's party, I think on one of private events. Then came then went Mary Mayhem. I don't know why Mary Mayhem went her own way. Geeky Candy, who I still have her there. Geeky Candy. She hasn't been back for 2 or 3 years. Um, Anna, that Star Wars girl, she's mentioned a lot in the right wing forums and YouTube channels, but she's just on her own. She's just separate. A lot of the girls. Brittany Venti's kind of not dealing with the geeks and gamers anymore, and Melanie Mack, as I've been seeing, she's been going off the rails too. It seems like it's usually the women that are a liability. I'm sure there's some guys too, but it's usually the women that are liabilities that end up getting themselves caught. I guess the only girls that seem to be still acceptable within Geeks and Gamers is Krista Nova. Then there's like Candace Owens. There's what's his face? Jeremy the Quartering, right? And then there's Tim Pool and Steven Crowder. So you got those people, okay? And a lot of times they're quote unquote outraged about things, even though it's not a big deal. Kind of like when Disney took out that scene from from the Marvels. It's like whatever. It's they Disney's full of shit. They're going to always be that way. But at some point, I just don't care. I'm tired of it. I'm not outraged. I'm tired of all that stuff. I can't really be that person because even though I do agree with a lot of the things from the right, I'm not strictly right. I do uh, respect pro-choice. I do respect diversity and inclusion when it's done fucking right. When it's done wrong and irresponsibly, then I might side with the right. But as far as my politics is concerned, I think both parties should be humbled, not one completely takes over the other. And most politicians just stop reaching for power and take the seat of ascension when it's inevitable, when there's no other person that will do it. And I'm not against Trump running. I'm really not. So as far as putting those politics aside, then you got people who just they do the happy like I know Tyrone Magnus does it. He goes right. He does that all the time. You see Tyrone Magnus. He's like like you're 40, like you're a child. He goes like this, hey, right? And I'm like, I don't really care for that either. Reactionary stuff, or fake reactionary like Sniper Wolf would do. I don't want her coming to my house unless she's going to give it up. Um, so between those people, and then you got the ones who have done bad things, and it gets worse and worse. So Olivia Jade, who is the daughter of Lori Laughlin, who's trying to get her daughter through college the behind the scenes way, and she's a YouTuber, but people still remember what she did, what her mom did. I know what your fucking mother did. Isn't that the poltergeist? Um, and then there's Matt Jarbo, Mr. Matt Jarbo, who false flagged people and false flagged and throwing boulders of the sun. Well, then there's Mr. Girl. We won't go over to that one. Then I remember one time people got mad at Richard Masushi, Review Tech USA, because he owed Big Cheese Gaming money years ago, and they heckled him for that shit. And Boogie's, if you don't know what to be mad about Boogie, you can find it yourself. All I will say to Boogie, if Boogie ever sees this, is that um, if you play that Andy Kaufman stuff for too long, the FCC will probably come after you. I remember a radio talk show host that were staging a murder, but they never said it was a work of fiction. Got to be careful with that stuff. They had to pay a heavy fine that would buy the most, not the most remarkable house in the neighborhood. And then there's Mr. Gerard. I don't forgot his last name, but it doesn't matter. The completionist, the one who worked with Frost, the fake feminist. Um, yeah, he's been doing like new YouTube videos like nothing happened. And then some people say, "Oh, it's a past issue, let it go." Um, it's rewarding bad behavior with him acting like, "Oh, everything's fine now. That's in the past. That's 2023. Now it's time to move on." I'm like, I could watch another video for that. I could watch another person talking about those games. I don't need to go to Gerard. Gerard doesn't need to be. I don't need Gerard's approval to complete or finish a game. So that's that. Um, so there are reactionaries. There are people who have done bad things. There are people who do crazy graphics for likes. Like pretend this is a graphic, and here's Fallout. Let's show the video. Let's do this. Right? There's the graphic in front. Right? Um, or better yet, brought to you by Oreo cookies. These are good. RoboCop likes mint. So there's all kinds of fancy videos and stuff. My sister still has that one video to promote her soap, and she still has 2 followers. She's changed a lot. Her hair has changed. She's aged a bit in 10 years since the last time I saw her. So what I might start doing is I might start following new people. Now, Kali UK, you know who that is. Great guy. He just posted something. It wasn't as good as some of his older videos, I would say, but Kali UK keeps it simple. But to be fair, he's not there much anymore. There's a couple of people, Dreamcast 84 and Kaz of the Dice Odyssey. They've retired. Geeky Candy's retired. They're just not here. They taken off. I don't know where. I haven't even checked up on Alpha Omega Sin. Is he still alive? Is he dead? Did he post anything this year? Just to say he's still breathing, everybody. Toy Huntress is gone. She used to do some action figure He-Man stuff, and now she's just gone. We haven't seen her. James Aranda of what is it? PS Vita at 2 a.m. I haven't seen. He's the only one that can do Garfield voice. My Garfield voice sounds like this. That's it. That's as good as any Garfield voice. I can do Donkey Kong, but not Garfield. And I said, God damn, where is he? So I might start following people like Vinesauce, Farscoth, or Joel, Desert Begona, Imakuni. I already follow Imakuni. Lima Malicious, Jabroni Mike, and probably Rev Scarecrow, because I like the Vineverse people. I know they're not all strictly Vinesauce, but I like the Vineverse people because they're easy to get along with in terms of they won't know you personally necessarily. They'll know you unless you give them a lot of money, but they'll know you just because they don't try to be political. They don't do any bullshit. I mean, Vinny got into that one bullshit. I don't know if it was a female mod, but whatever. But everybody keeps their noses clean, most of the time, unless they're sniffing sniffing the bad air. They have a sense of humor. They're even tempered, except when they're playing the most difficult of games. So that's my recommendation. Go to the Vinesauce people, watch them play games. It's like a podcast where they're just talking shit and playing games. That's it. That's like the kind of the best entertainment for me. So that's kind of what I do, and I'm going to be doing that tonight. I'll pick a game. I won't tell you which one it is, but kind of do the same thing. I just want to keep it simple, kind of like Bill Richardson, the politician who passed away. I just want to be like, I want my piece of success. I want my share of success. If other people can have that, why can't I? I don't want to be more famous than everyone else. That's it. So um, I've said I don't say this too often because I know some of my commentators have turned against me, but that's the way it is. If you like this video, you know what to do, and you know what to do to bring other people by.